it's important to open this up and see if there are other members who are currently residents of the city who may be in trouble.
I personally have really no objection to it, but contracts is signed at the beginning of the year, and this request was not brought up any time during our budget session at all.
Right.
And I believe that would have been talked setting, that was something that we would take to be discussed again in the budget session.
Well, Mr. President, it was, I did not bring it up in the budgeting session because it was budgeted for an attorney, but I thought that we would, as a council, have an opportunity to either approve or disapprove the attorney's contract, and we did not. However, I have looked at the contract that we had last year, and it does allow the council, with 30 days notice, to cancel it if we need to. And I'm not saying that Attorney Williams should not apply. I'm just saying that we should have a request for qualifications to go out to see if there are any other attorneys who may be interested.
I was in this. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
I would just like to point out that during the budget session, we spent a lot of time regarding residency issues, regarding City of Gary employees. We spent a lot of time on that. In addition to that, there were members who signed off on making sure that as new jobs come up, that those jobs are filled by Gary residents. And so it really has nothing to do with the position, because I respect the office, whether it's the office of the mayor, office of the council. I respect people's position. And I just want to be clear that I signed off on the paperwork, on the form, because I was very serious. And I've talked about this over the years. I'm always asked about jobs that I cannot find for people. I always hear about people in the city looking for a job. And there's no reason why 80,000 residents in the city, there is no reason why we can't fill all of these positions with Gary residents. And I feel that way, and I felt that way for a long time. And I'm not sitting here grandstanding because I talked about it over the years. I talked about my neighbor who graduated and could not get a job. So it has nothing, it's not personal at all. I just feel strongly that these jobs, when you look at our unemployment rate in the city of Gary, these jobs belong to the residents of the city of Gary. Thank you.
Councilwoman, go ahead.
I concur with everything that Councilwoman Rogers has stated, as well as Councilwoman Wyatt. We spent a great deal of time talking about residency. And it will be hypocritical of this council to put so much emphasis on the residency of other city employees and not then require the same of our own council. Whether or not it's written somewhere that it doesn't have to be that way, it's fine. It's symbolic that we stand by what we preach, that we are standing by the residents of the city of Gary, and that there are attorneys in the city of Gary who would like to submit a response to the proposal, and I think that should be given on to you. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, I was following those conversations about residency. You know, we need to be honest, and let's tell the truth. Residency was not about residency. It was about getting even with this gentleman right here. I remember the conversation. It was about getting even with him, destroying his life. I was there in those conversations. This was not about residency as citizens of Gary. Now let's fast forward. When we talked about residency, we came to a compromise. we were willing to give people, because it was no fault of their own, that they were allowed to work here in the city of Gary, a time frame, or grandfather some of them in. We all agreed to that. Well, some of the majority of us did. But we're not doing that for the attorney here. So if we're going to talk about residency, we agree as a body that certain people at a certain point, 5 years or more, would be grandfathered in, and through attrition, we would replace those people. Now we're talking about accelerated attrition here. Let's just get rid of it. I'm not going to be a party to that. I was there. I'm going to tell the truth, because God put me here for a reason. And this is about grandstanding. This is about getting even with people, and I don't want to be a part of that. Thank you.
Mr. President, let me be clear.
Let me make sure no one else, make sure no one else has anything they'd like to say before I give you another round. Anyone?
Let me be clear.
I'm right.
I have been talking about this long before Councilman Smith came on this council. So to even suggest I mean, when you talk about grandstanding, you use the language that I use. I mean, I'm just saying that I've been talking about this for a long time. It is nothing personal at all. At one time, our legal advisor lived here and moved, which is his right to do that. And, you know, the only thing we're asking is that what I said earlier, that is, people in the city of Gary should be allowed to apply for municipal jobs, including the city council. Thank you.
Mr. President? Robert's Rules of Order states that no member of a body is supposed to make any sort of accusations according to what that person's intent is. And so Councilman Smith is out of order to insinuate anything negative about anyone's intentions on this body. Thank you, Mr. President.
I was just going to go to the reason I was judging. That's why they judge my mouth with me. I go. You can take it the other way. I go. And I apologize, Councilman, because I wasn't talking about her race and other items.
My whole thing is the timing of this. Like I said earlier, I had no problem with we took this matter up, knowing our budget said, no, even for the year you went out. But we waited till the new year started. New contract had been signed. Now, if this is something that the council would like to do towards the end of the year, going into 2018, that should be a conversation that we have. But to start off this year, after we have passed the budget, and the new contract has been signed, everyone knows contract has to be signed before the new year. I don't think this is accurate in order at this time.
Mr. President, I have a quick question that I don't even have to say it.
That's what I have.
I would like to know who authorized the signing of any, that specifically Attorney Williams. I guess you signed Mr. Moore's contract. Who authorized the signing?
The president always signs on.
Now tell me where, and I just really want to understand, because I feel like last year, a lot of things were happening that I felt like I really wasn't aware of, and I got this, you know, as the president kind of response. I guess I'm wondering what the statute, the Gary City Ordinance, where is this information that I can find?
You have said on the council before myself, and you know that the president has always signed on those.
Well, let me tell you this, Mr. President, I did sit on this council 8 years ago. I think Ron Scott was the president at that time. I always remember discussing these issues before contracts were signed, even if it was just a discussion amongst council members. I always remember the discussion. What I am asking you for, and I feel like over the last few years, some liberties have been taken that are not spelled out in the Gary City Ordinance or in the Indiana State Statute or anywhere else. So I agree, there are some serious differences under your presidency than I remember 4 years ago. All I'm asking for is a backup. I just need to know, what are you authorized to do? Can you sign a contract on behalf of this council without a vote or without even an A or nay type of vote or something? I need to know where this authority is.
President, excuse me, I don't know where the ordinance is. I've been on this council for many years. Ever since I've been on this council, even when you were here before, Councilwoman Hatcher, it was always the purview of the president to sign off on those contracts. There was no argument. I'm not going to say there was no discussion, because
There was discussion.
but there was no argument that it was within the president's purview to sign off on those contracts. That is the way it's been ever since I've been here. And so nothing has changed during the past year in terms of what Councilman Brewer has done as president since I've been here.
Well, as I said, I do recall discussion when it comes to
Okay.
our new year. So, and maybe it was just a discussion with me because I was the new council
Okay.
person, and maybe he figured he had everybody else's support on it, but I did get that discussion, and I'm just wondering, and it doesn't have to be a long discussion today. I just like to know, where can I find these council president authority?
Okay.
Anyone else? At this time, Mr. Rizzo, comment?
Mr. President, there's a motion on the floor.
I have to move out of order.
My motion? The motion on the floor? How can you do that? That's the motion.
I don't want to go in and I don't know if you can my decision at this time if you like.
Okay. Well, before I do that, because much conversation is not planned.
You want to go to the decision now, we're moving forward.
Okay, no, because we're still in the business.
No, we're talking, we're going inside.
I have.
Councilwoman, are you appealing the motion? No, it's not, we're done with it. I call on Mr. Rizzo.
I'm not appealing the motion.
Give me
But
this,
you have to give
Rizzo.
anybody else an opportunity. You have, Mr. Rizzo, please have a seat.
You got a word, Councilwoman.
You have nothing.
You have one opportunity. Yes. We have been around several times.
On one issue.
We have been around several times.
On one issue, Mr. President, we should vote on the issue. It may fail, but we should put up for a
Is
vote.
there one appealing my rule? Okay, no one appealing my rule, so we're moving forward. Mr. Rizzo.
Okay, I'm just.
So are you silencing me, Mr. President, at this time? Mr. President, I am asking for the floor. Mr. President, I am asking for the floor. And according to Robert's Rules of Order, you can't deny me an opportunity to speak.
You have to take your turn to speak.
Mr. President,
Mr. Rizzo.
I spoke on one issue. But what I do want to do, Mr. Rizzo, please don't say anything while I'm speaking. Mr. President, what I do want to do is put forth in the Gary City Code where it is in Gary City Code, it says purchasing must be done. Not only must it be done for $25,000 or more, any contract over $25,000 must be put in an RFP. And that RFP must be published along with all of the details of the RFP. And I want everyone to look it up and make sure that you see it in Gary City Code, Section 5, purchasing. Thank you very much. And the president does not have the authority to sign anything
protected you. Even when they try to get you.
She is just their populace. She says